1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster.
Movie.
Fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honey Bee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I am one of your hosts, Precious D.
And I am the other one of your hosts, Honey Bee.
We are two best friends making our way through the history of kaiju movies. We started with 1933's King Kong, and today we are up to 2021 and The Suicide Squad. Not to be confused with Suicide Squad. God damn it, James Gunn. What the?
Yeah, that was a choice.
Yeah. But before we jump into that, some brief kaiju news. I think is it IDW does the Godzilla comics. They have been doing Godzilla versus America, and on May 13th, Godzilla versus Texas will be released.
Woo!
I'm not sure. I think they did like Chicago and New York rather than Illinois and New York State. And I'm not sure what other states they've done or cities they've done, but it's going to be Godzilla versus Texas. I don't know if these each stand alone or not. I haven't read any of them. I'll probably just get a digital copy when it's available. But since Honey Bee and I are both in Texas, I thought I would mention that.
Well, I also have some kaiju news.
Oh, yeah? Lay it on me.
Regarding Godzilla. On April 8th, the Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla goes on sale.
Oh, I think I did see that, yeah. You probably sent it to me.
I think I did send it to you, yeah. I saw it, I opened my Google and it was one of the top, things.
Yeah.
So Romeo and Juliet and Godzilla goes on sale April 8th.
For Christmas, I don't remember the exact title of it, but for Christmas I got the trade paperback where he meets or fights or whatever the Great Gatsby and Sherlock Holmes and some people like that. So,
Nice.
And I got the digital Ninja Turtles versus Godzilla one. So, our buddy is everywhere these days. He's all over the place. Oh, and Monarch.
Everywhere.
When is this episode coming out? This episode should be dropping. Oh, not till next month. March 28th. Okay, so by the time this comes out, it will already have been out for a while. Monarch Season 2 is out now. But when we're recording this, it's not out till next week.
Nice.
Yeah, we're recording a few weeks ahead of time, folks, so some of our news is not exactly bleeding edge, but there you go.
Still worth mentioning.
I don't know if I even have Monarch on our list here, but we will definitely have to talk about that. I don't remember if season 1 came out last year or 2 years ago. I'm not sure. You know how
I
those
think it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, those streaming shows can be a little hinky with their release times.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago.
So, here we go. Let's talk about The Suicide Squad. So, I'm a big fan, or have been a big fan, of DC Comics, but not such a big fan of DC Comics-based movies. I think Marvel has done a better job with their movie adaptations than DC has. Conversely,
I agree as far as live action goes.
Yes.
I think maybe DC has better animated.
I was just getting to that. Yes, as far as the animated films go,
sorry.
That's okay. As far as the animation, Marvels tend to be just kind of meh, and the DC ones are often pretty good. So, Suicide Squad, I absolutely hated, but James Gunn did The Suicide Squad. I can't remember what he got semi-canceled for, but he was briefly off Guardians of the Galaxy, and DC grabbed him to do Suicide Squad. And then everybody said, no, James is fine. Don't cancel him. He's okay. And they brought him back to do Guardians number 3.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. But now we have James Gunn in charge of the whole DC, well, not just live action, but some animated stuff too. So this is the beginning of that. this was still part of the previous DC film universe, but it kind of carries over into the new one. That so far there's like 4 things in it. This is followed by Peacemaker, and then there's a Creature Commandos animated series, and then the Superman movie. And so I don't know what in this movie has to be retconned. I don't think there's much in it really that needs to be, but Peacemaker season 1 and this movie are sort of had to have apparently some slight tweaking to fit them with the new movies. I don't fucking know, but it reminds me of when they rebooted James Bond but kept Judi Dench anyway. Because she carried over from...
Well, I mean, it's Judi Dench.
Exactly. So, like, she's still playing M. Those other movies aren't part of the continuity, but she's still playing the character that she played in those movies, but don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, nothing to see here. Pay no attention.
Yeah.
To
So,
the movie
anyway,
behind the curtain.
this is less a kaiju movie than a movie with a kaiju in it, but it's a good movie and we're starting to run out, and so I decided we should do it. Same thing when we get to Superman. It's got a kaiju in it, but it's not a kaiju movie, but we're going to talk about it anyway when we get to it.
Yay! You know, I'm really glad that we're talking about this movie, and I'm really glad to hear that you say that it was a good movie, because I was like, going into it, just because I know how much of a fan you are of DC, I was wondering if you liked this movie or if you hated this movie.
Yeah. No, I liked it. I hated the first one, although Margot Robbie did a good job in the first one, but the movie as a whole was terrible. But Margot Robbie always does a good job, and she's well cast in this part.
Yes. Ugh, she's amazing.
I forget
and everything she does.
I forget if this is her second or third time playing Harley Quinn. I don't remember if the Harley Quinn movie
nails it,
because she plays her in Suicide Squad and then in the Harley Quinn movie with the long title that I can't remember. But I can't remember where that came.
Yeah,
that might have been after this one. Anyway, what are your thoughts and feelings on the Suicide Squad?
Well, I had never seen it. I don't really like a lot of DC things. I've never seen the first one, so I have nothing to compare it to. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was incredible. I honestly was shocked. I just was not prepared for the amount of, like, gruesome shit. Like, it's such a roller coaster because one minute you're watching a guy's face get blown off very vividly, and then the next minute you're like, oh, and then the next minute you're like, oh my god, you know what I mean? So it was definitely a roller coaster, and I just wasn't prepared for the, like, just how, I don't know, intense the, like, kills and stuff were. It was just, there's a lot of blood, and it's great. It's very well done. I thought it was a great movie. I'm so glad that we got to watch it for the show, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have. And I'm a huge Margot Robbie fan, and I really love Harley Quinn, but I feel like in 2016 when the first movie came out, I was going through some toxic relationship things, and I felt like maybe I should not be romanticizing Harley Quinn in that moment. So I kind of stayed away from these movies, and but now I am revamped, and I am just so excited to watch this movie and to be able to see it and her, and it was great. It was really well done. I absolutely loved it. I'm really glad we're watching it for the show, and I'm actually excited for Superman. I still have not watched it, but I am going to. Eventually, I will watch it.
Okay. Well, in the first movie, there's just a little bit of Harley and the Joker stuff, and I'm not sure they're even on camera together at any point.
Oh, okay.
But by this movie and by the other Harley Quinn movie, she's done with him. And yes, it's anybody who romanticizes Harley and Joker's relationship does not understand it. And I haven't seen...
Or does and is really sick.
Yes.
And that is the problem.
Well, sure. There's an episode of the animated series that really sums it up well and shows it for what it is, where she's trying to do what she thinks the Joker wants, but he just gets mad at her and throws her out a window because he wanted to do it. He didn't want her to do it for him. He wanted to do it. And that's what it's really all about. I have not watched the Joker 2, Folie à Deux, I think it's called, something like that, because I hated the Joker so much. So I don't know how it all comes off in that one, but I expect it's very unhealthy. I do recommend, if you enjoyed this movie, that you check out Peacemaker.
Yeah.
There's 2
I
seasons
actually
of it.
really loved the Joker, but I understand why we don't need that kind of shit and romanticizing this fucking sick
Well,
fuck.
Yeah.
But I
It's also-
didn't watch the second one, and
Yeah.
and I didn't. I just, it's hard for me. It makes me feel sick in the head, and I just don't like to feel that way.
Well, I found every moment of that movie to be unpleasant and also not the Joker. He's the Joker while Batman's still a child, and that's not how, and their whole attitude, like, hey, let's take this comic book movie and secretly make a real movie. And I'm like, fuck you. Comic book movies are real movies, you pretentious piece of shit. So when you start off with that level of disrespect for the source material, you can just fuck off all the way to hell.
Damn.
Okay.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. All right, let's look
All
at
the
our
way
cast.
to hell.
Let's take a look at our cast here. Margot Robbie as Dr. Harleen Quinzel / Harley Quinn. That's the one thing that's always bugged me about Harley Quinn. Quinn is a real last name. You don't need to make up this Quinzel shit. Nobody's named Quinzel. Nobody in the history of the world has ever been named Quinzel. But Quinn is a name that exists. So her name could just be... And Harley.
Don't hate.
Harley Davidson. Harley is a name. So it's in case somehow you don't know, it's a pun on Harlequin, a historical clown / jester figure from Commedia dell'arte. She's the Joker's sidekick, so she's a Harlequin. She's Harley Quinn. These are both names that already exist. You don't need to. No one's named Harleen either. That's stupid, except for Kevin Smith's daughter, but she's named after this character. Judas Priest. Idris Elba as Robert Dubois / Bloodsport. John Cena. They said he's supposedly in this movie, but I didn't see him. As Christopher Smith / Peacemaker. That's a wrestling joke for you folks.
That's
Joel.
hilarious.
Joel Kinnaman as Colonel Rick Flag Jr. Sylvester Stallone as the voice of Nanaue / King Shark. Viola Davis as Amanda fucking Waller. Hate her so much. David Dastmalchian as Abner Krill / Polka Dot Man. Daniela Melchior as Cleo Cazo / Ratcatcher 2. Michael Rooker as Brian Derlin / Savant. Jai Courtney as Digger Harkness / Captain Boomerang. I did not recognize Jai Courtney. Peter Capaldi as Gaius Greaves / The Thinker. I'm excited about Peter because he's a Doctor Who. Also, he's in one of my favorite little small, quiet indie films called Local Hero, which you should check out. Alice Braga as Sol Soraya. Peter Davidson as Richard Dick Hertz / Blackguard.
Pete Davidson.
Pete. I said Peter.
Pete Davidson.
Yes, Pete Davidson. Why did I say Peter? It's Pete Davidson.
I don't know.
Peter?
I'm not calling him
Aloysius
by
Davidson,
his
you get
government
over
name.
here right now. Michael. His name is Michael. Oh, that must have been, yeah, that's a strong you're in trouble name. Peter Michael Davidson, you get in here this minute. Let's see. We also had Nathan Fillion as Corey Pisner / TDK, the detachable kid.
LOL.
That was Nathan Fillion. I knew he was in this, and then I forgot. I think he was putting on a voice. He had an accent.
Yeah, he did.
Steve Agay as John Economos. John Economos. He's important in Peacemaker later on. And Jennifer Holland as Amelia Harcourt. She's also in Peacemaker. Tinashe Kajesi Bolden as Flo Crawley. And Flula Borg as Gunter Braun / Javelin. Oh, Javelin's the one that had the accent, right?
Oh,
Mei-Ling-
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Mei-Ling Ning as Mongal. Sean Gunn as John Doe / Weasel. That's James's brother. Weasel shows up in the Creature Commandos cartoon. Oh, I didn't realize he was based on Bill the Cat from Bloom County. I did not realize that. Juan Diego Bato as the President General Silvo Luna. And Joaquin Cosio as Major General Mateo Suarez. Storm Reed as Bloodsport's daughter, Tyla. Taika Waititi is Ratcatcher 1. And Lynn Ash is Polka Dot Man's abusive mother.
Which she
Sean Gunn also
killed it. I really loved her.
We also see Sean Gunn briefly as Calendar Man. There's a couple others here. Oh, John Ostrander makes a cameo as Dr. Fitzgibbon. He's the comic book writer who created the Suicide Squad. So that was...
That's so cool.
Lloyd Kaufman is a dancer in the nightclub. He's the head of Trauma Films that does, Toxic Avenger and stuff like that. So there we go. There's our cast.
Great cast.
So let's see. We got a plot here from Wikipedia. Thank you, Wikipedia. Intelligence Officer Amanda Waller assembles 2 Task Force X teams, colloquially known as the Suicide Squad, which consists of Belle Reve Penitentiary inmates who agree to carry out missions in exchange for commuted sentences. I hate Amanda Waller. Hate her so much. She's a bad, bad person who has government authority.
She is a bad person, but I will say, Miss Davis, you are incredible in literally anything. I love her so much.
I feel like Amanda Waller has gradually gotten worse over time. She is from the comics.
Oh?
She's from Suicide Squad. Well, she was originally kind of like, this is what needs to be done. We got to do this Black Ops shit with these criminals. We got to do what needs to get done. And which is a bad attitude to start with. And then she's just gotten worse and worse. Like in the first Suicide Squad
Well, isn't
movie,
that what actually does happen, though?
Yeah,
like in real life?
Yeah.
Like corrupt government people?
Probably. In the first Suicide Squad movie, there's a group of, people at keyboards doing support shit who then hear some information they should not have heard. And she just kills the whole room.
Oh, shit.
Rather than... What would really happen is like, all right, we're raising your security clearance. Everybody sign these NDAs. You can't leave until you do. Never speak of this. I can't remember what it was, though. It might have been some illegal shit that she did. But yeah, she just kills the whole fucking room. And I'm like, no, that's not. Anyway, the teams are sent to the South American island nation of Corto Maltese after an anti-American regime overthrows its government and are tasked with destroying the Nazi-era laboratory Jotunheim, which houses the secret experiment Project Starfish. Upon making landfall, the Corto Maltese military slaughters most of the first team and captures Harley Quinn, while team leader Rick Flag escapes.
This scene is so crazy. This is where I really was like, oh shit. When Pete Davidson's face got blown off, I was like, oh my, I realized, okay, I need to buckle up because I'm in for a fucking ride. This scene is so crazy. It's so good. And I really love the detachable arms just floating across and then just like, pluck, 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 like slapping people. Oh my gosh. This scene is so funny.
Gunn likes to take, obscure, stupid characters from the comics and then try to make them work. And I'm here for it.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. Like, even when they're talking about the Weasel and they're like, this harmless. And he's like, well, not harmless. He's killed 27 children. It's just so funny. The writing is so good. The comedy, the timing in this movie is so good. And I really like how we get the, random like words displayed into something crazy, like it'll be like, and now Harley, or current day, or like 10 minutes ago, or whatever. I really love that.
For more on the weasel and those children, you should watch the Creature Commandos cartoon. That gets addressed. Let's see. Elsewhere, the second team, led by assassin Bloodsport, whom Waller blackmailed in exchange for not sending his estranged daughter Tyla to prison, and consisting
Which
of...
also, the scene with his daughter, chef's kiss.
Yes.
They're like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I was cackling. It was so good. It was so good.
Consisting of Peacemaker, King Shark, Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher 2, and her pet rat Sebastian, enters the country undetected, revealing that the other team was a deliberate decoy. Waller orders the squad to find Flag, who is being held at a rebel base. The team massacres the rebel soldiers, only to learn that rebellion leader Sol Soraya had saved Flag. Despite the group's actions, Soraya agrees to help them infiltrate the capital, where they capture Project Starfish's head scientist, the Thinker. That's Peter Capaldi with little doodads over
which is
all
like
over his
Timu
head.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, yeah. Harley is taken to Corto Maltese's new dictator, Silvio Luna, who wishes to marry her. After learning of Luna's plans to use Project Starfish on political dissidents, Harley kills him and escapes. Well, specifically because he mentioned killing children. She's like, that's a red flag. I promised myself if I ever had a new boyfriend, I'd look out for red flags, and killing children is one.
Oh my gosh, so good. I love her so much. Margot Robbie does such an amazing job. And there's so many moments where something is happening and you just barely catch her joy. You know what I mean? She's just such a wackadoodle. There's the point where she is falling or something and catches something and she's just like, ah! It's just so good. She does such a good job with those little micro expressions and just things throughout, just her joy.
Yeah.
And it's just chef's kiss.
Well, I love the moment when she's already escaped and then sees that the guys are trying to come rescue her. And she's like, oh, you were going to rescue me? I could go back in.
Well, I'll go back in.
Let you do your plan.
So cute. Yes, and when she is going through that building and killing everybody, and there's just flowers, and it's just so beautiful, pink, pretty things, just love. So good, so good. Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch all of these things now just for her.
Yeah, you can endure the other Suicide Squad to see her performance. But
yeah, definitely. I'm going to have to.
She joins the others who use the Thinker to break into Jotunheim in exchange for sparing his life and begin rigging it with explosives. Flag and Ratcatcher 2 enter the Thinker's laboratory and find Starro the Conqueror. That's our kaiju, ladies and gentlemen. A giant starfish-like alien that creates smaller versions of itself to kill people and control their bodies. So, Starro the Conqueror is from the comics, of course, because he's a ridiculous thing that you wouldn't just make up for a movie. And he is actually, in the comics, the first thing the Justice League fights in... let me find it. Come on, Wikipedia. The Brave and the Bold number 28 is the first appearance of the Justice League of America and the first appearance of Starro the Conqueror. There was a Golden Age team called the Justice Society of America from the 40s, but this was reimagining of that for at the time the modern age, which was 1960. And Starro the Conqueror was the first thing they fought. And he's shown up again over the years. But yeah, he makes his little starfish and they attach themselves to your face.
I was gonna ask, does he still do the thing? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, that's right out of the comic book. They attach themselves to a human's face and turn them into little drones.
But so whenever he dies and all of the starfish on the humans died, do the humans die too? Because that was unclear to me.
I think they're usually okay. In this, it was a little unclear in this movie if they were still alive or if they died. You know, having the starfish.
Yeah, they just laid there
Attached
after the
to-
starfish died. Like I was like, oh shit, does that mean everybody's dead?
Yeah, it kind of made it seem
That's
like
crazy.
they were already dead, and the starfish were just driving them around. But no, normally in the comic books, you can get released from that. Let's see. Giant starfish, like alien, creates smaller versions of itself to kill people and control their bodies. Well, according to this, it kills them and then controls their bodies. But the Thinker explains that Starro was brought to Earth by American astronauts, that the U.S. government has secretly funded experiments on it for decades, using Corto Maltese citizens and political enemies of the prior dictatorship as test subjects. That said regime used Project Starfish to strengthen its rule, and that Waller sent them to cover up American ties to the project. Yeah, that's the problem with Waller, is that's the kind of shit. Rather than, hey, we're here to take out an evil dictator or something like that, we're here to cover up our involvement in this shit. An enraged Flag decides to leak a hard drive containing evidence of this, but is killed by Peacemaker, who is under orders from Waller to ensure the cover-up. Meanwhile,
I really love the dynamic between Peacemaker and just the two main assassin guys. What is
Right.
the other one guy? What is the other one guy called?
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Yes, I love their dynamic throughout the movie. I love when they're going through the village, and they're just looking each other dead in the eye but killing people around them. Just their whole dynamic. And whenever he's like, what the hell, you're supposed to be the peacemaker, and he's like, yes, I believe in peace so much I will kill all of the people to get it. I just kind of love the vibes of these guys. They're just so well casted.
Yeah.
This movie is so well casted. But yeah, I really like that Peacemaker didn't change his mind or see the light ever. He's still to the moment that he his dreadful end was this is this is what I'm gonna do. I really appreciate that.
Have you ever seen The Watchmen?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
But you did get me the book.
Okay, well then read it. So
I will eventually. It's
Peace-
on my shelf of books.
Peacemaker is the inspiration for the comedian in The Watchmen.
Oh, actually, I think I have seen The Watchmen, but it's been a very long time because now I'm thinking about it. I can visually see a scene in my head.
So there was a comic book company called Charlton Comics, and they went out of business, and DC Comics acquired their intellectual property, which included Peacemaker, Judo Master, Blue Beetle,
Oh, okay.
Captain Atom, stuff like that.
I think you told me about this when we actually saw Blue Beetle.
Okay. And Alan Moore had an idea for a story using those characters. And DC Comics said, well, this is a great story, but we have plans to integrate all those characters into the DC universe. So why don't you just make up new characters and go ahead and do the story with these new characters? So Blue Beetle became Night Owl, Peacemaker became the comedian, Judo Master became Ozymandias, but they all originated as Charlton characters. Captain Atom became Dr. Manhattan. So there you go. Anyway, let's see. Let's get back to this movie. Meanwhile, a skirmish between the rest of the team and the military leads to Polka Dot Man accidentally setting off the explosives prematurely. As Jotunheim crumbles,
Damn it.
as Jotunheim crumbles, the drive falls into Ratcatcher 2's possession.
We gotta have the Milton conversation before he sets off.
Milton.
When Milton dies.
Milton's the bus driver, and for some reason follows them into the building. I got a little confused too. I was like, wait, who is that guy? He was driving the bus for them, and he just follows them in, and
Yeah.
he's just a dude, and he ends up getting shot. And then is it Polka Dot Man? Polka Dot Man's like, oh no, they shot Milton. And Harley's all like,
Yeah.
Milton? Who's Milton? It's like, he's been with us the whole time. It's like, I'm pretty sure I would have remembered somebody named Milton. That's not a common name.
It's not a common name.
And then and then later she gets confused and thinks Bloodsport's name is Milton. She's like, we just had a whole conversation about how your name is Milton. So,
Oh my god. I could be your friend, Milton. Yeah, it's so good. It's so freaking good. And also, I love Polka Dot Man's, throughout the entire movie. Like, throughout, from the moment that we see him and we're all, like, getting the debrief situation to the very end. I fucking love this guy and his weird little Norman Bate Tennessee is how he sees his mother. That was why I was like, she did such a great job, because like when we see her in all the different costumes doing all of the different things, it's just so funny. I loved it.
He's another one of these obscure, stupid characters that Gunn decided to use.
Obviously,
do something cool with, and I'm sorry that he doesn't make it all the way through the movie. What I really would love to see is James Gunn do a Legion of Superheroes movie. They are superheroes in the 30th century, in the future, and there is a whole bunch of dumbass heroes that James Gunn would know what to do with, like Bouncing Boy and Matter Eater Lad and things like that he would just know how to deal with.
Yes.
Let's see. So the little thumb drive. Ratcatcher 2 ends up with it. Peacemaker attempts to kill her before she can escape with it, but Bloodsport shoots him and takes it. Starro escapes the destroyed Jotunheim, kills the Thinker and much of the military, and begins taking control of the island's population. Waller tells the squad that their mission is complete and orders them to leave, but Bloodsport leads the team in fighting Starro. Waller wanted to keep the squad's secrecy from the public, attempts to execute them, wanting to keep the squad's secrecy from the public, attempts to execute them for this, but her subordinates knock her out. Polka Dot Man weakens Starro, but is killed. Harley ended up, the javelin gave Harley, as he was dying, gave Harley his javelin and told her to use it to, and she's like, what? So she's been carrying it around. And then she's like, oh, I know what it's for. I know the purpose. So Harley pierces a hole in Starro's eyes with the javelin. She's climbed up a building and she just leaps and goes right through his eye.
And goes right through it. Yeah.
Allowing Ratcatcher 2 to summon the city's rats to chew it to death from the inside.
We got to talk about Ratcatcher 2 because, like, she is just the sweetest, most empathetic, just sweet baby angel ever, and she's such a good balance to the rest of these fucking psychos. And I just love her so much.
Why was she in jail?
Because she came to the country illegally. I don't know. She got arrested for stealing, for robbing a bank.
Oh, okay, all right. So she was a criminal.
She like, she or she didn't say she did it, but she was like, you know, like I came into the country and then I got arrested and for robbing a bank. Can you believe that? But I don't know if she did or not.
Probably.
But
she probably sent those rats into a bank.
Yeah, probably.
So she can control rats, but she has one main rat that has a little vest that she keeps with her. But Bloodsport is creeped out by rats. He's afraid of rats.
And they have a whole conversation about it, which is such a beautiful moment.
Oh, yeah. He has a reason. Yeah, he has some childhood trauma for it. Not just generic, not liking rats. With the military diverted, Soria takes control of the government, promising democratic elections. Bloodsport blackmails Waller into releasing him and the surviving squad members and dropping Tyla's charges in exchange for keeping the contents of the drive confidential. Waller reluctantly agrees, and the remaining squad members are airlifted out of Corto Maltese. Harley proposes she and Bloodsport become friends with each other in honor of their fallen common friend, Flag. In a mid-credit...
Yeah, but that's what she calls him, Milton.
Yes. I'll be your friend, Milton. In a mid-credit scene, it is revealed that Weasel, a member of the first team, has survived and runs off into the jungle. In a post-credit scene, Waller punishes two of her subordinates, Amelia Harcourt and John Economos, by assigning them to a new mission with Peacemaker, who is still alive and recovering in a hospital.
Dun, dun, dun.
You said you have not seen Peacemaker?
No, I have not.
It is on HBO. You must watch it immediately. I don't want to say anything about it.
Okay.
but watch the first episode as soon as you can because I want to talk to you about something in particular.
Okay.
So, let's see. There was a thing here about the future. It's mentioning Peacemaker and Creature Commandos, Superman. Oh, yeah. So James Gunn likes to, use certain actors. So Pete Davidson has a small part in Guardians 3, but his face is totally covered by alien makeup. You wouldn't recognize him.
Nice.
Nathan Fillion is in Guardians 3, but he's also playing a different character in Superman, even though it's kind of the same universe. It's fine. He plays Guy Gardner. Michael Rooker, I think, shows up again. Isn't he in Peacemaker? Maybe not. No, he's in Guardians of the
I'm
Galaxy.
looking through my notes.
He's in Guardians, which is... Oh, he's been in all of his films to date, including Slither, Super, and The Suicide Squad. Michael Rooker has been in a bunch of his shit.
Damn.
I still haven't seen Super, but I think I have a physical copy somewhere. And Slither. Nathan Fillion's in Slither. So there you go.
I wrote down in my notes that I really like the music in this movie, but I can only remember one song in particular. But I know there was like 2 other songs where I was like, fuck yeah, that's a good song choice. But the one that I can remember is when they're in the bus having the Rat's father issues conversation. They play a Jessie Reyes song. She's like one of my top 5 favorite artists, and they play a song called Sola, and it is so beautiful, and I was so happy to hear it.
I don't remember that one. Let me just do a quick search here.
I can't think of I wish I would have wrote it down in my notes, but I was like, I love the music choice in this.
Okay,
choices.
well, we start off with Folsom Prison Blues.
Okay.
Right, that's Just a Gigolo, the Louis Prima version of Just a Gigolo.
Yes, that was the one.
Well, Harley's singing it when she's being tied up. She's being tortured and questioned, and she just is singing the "I Ain't Got Nobody" part.
Mm-hmm.
"I Ain't Got Nobody" is it's its own song that Louis Prima merged with Just a Gigolo.
I only think of Young Frankenstein when he's like, I ain't got nobody. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay.
Yeah, I always think of Putting on the Ritz when you mention Young Frankenstein, but
yeah.
Can't Sleep. Hey, So Busted. Oh No. Sucker's Prayer. Oh, that's by the Decemberists. Okay. Samba Na Sola. Whistle for the Choir. I don't know that one. Point of No Return by Kansas. I probably know that song. It's by Kansas. Anyway, Honeybee, what are you going to rate The Suicide Squad?
I'm going to rate The Suicide Squad 5 stars.
Me too. 5-star the Conquerors.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And also whenever the guy's like calling in the kaiju or like letting everybody know in the office, he's like, we got a freaking kaiju up in this shit. That made me laugh as well.
Yeah.
That gave me a good chuckle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. Oh, I loved it so much. Now I got to go watch all the other shit, which I'm kind of sad about, but also like excited about.
I think you'll like the Harley Quinn one.
Sure, of course. This like standalone.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up too.
It had a long title that nobody used. Well, they called it Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, but that was not the full title.
Suicide Squad, Birds of Prey, and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
That's it. Birds of Prey is also a comic book that does not usually have Harley Quinn in it. It really is more a group of heroes, not criminals. It's like the artist formerly known as Batgirl and Huntress and sometimes a current Batgirl. Barbara Gordon was Batgirl, and then she got shot in the spine by the Joker and was in a wheelchair for decades. I think she finally got better and is being Batgirl again. I don't know what the current status is. There was numerous Batgirls while she was incapacitated. But she started doing, person in the chair work, the guy in the van type work. She was called Oracle and was doing computer support for various heroes. So she was part of the Birds of Prey in that capacity, kind of putting the mission together and doing support work while other ladies were out physically kicking ass. Anyway, there you go, folks. If you haven't seen it, and we've all spoiled it already for you, you can go watch it on HBO, I believe.
I watched
be
it on
streaming
YouTube.
Oh, really?
Like the
Well-
YouTube Premium has the free
Okay.
movies.
Okay. TBS, TNT. Anyway, all the most of the DC stuff is on HBO because Warner Brothers and HBO are the same company now.
Excuse me. So sorry.
I'm not sure who owns who. Warner owns HBO or HBO owns Warner's. I don't freaking know. But that's why DC and Warner's owns DC Comics. So there you go. Well, folks, that's going to do it for today. Next week's movie is not as good. It's Uktena, the Horned Monstrosity, and you can watch that one on Tubi. It's also on Fandango at home for free. So, if you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe, rate and review. Check out our Patreon. Find all our stuff at mmftg.com. Until next time, I have been Precious D.
And I have been Honey Bee.
Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements.
And please, don't misuse science.
We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.